Our top story first. Anna Sebastian was not alone. There are just so many people who suffer the same, go through problems at their workplace because of which their mental and physical health suffers, their family life suffers. They absolutely have no time for a work-life balance. This is what they tell us about their ordeal. They've also sent in a word of advice on what others in a similar situation can do. Take a look at this report. Urmi, Vivek or Anna, of thousands and lakhs of Indians, unnamed but still battling toxic work lifestyles, overwork, zero work-life balance, now in the spotlight. The death of a 26-year-old chartered accountant, Anna Sebastian Perel, has shaken all facets of the corporate world. The chartered accountant who worked with one of the biggest professional services company, Ernst and Young, died recently of work-related stress. This incident has led to the emergence of discourse over work culture and toxicity at workplaces, with many in and outside the industry reacting to this matter. 39-year-old Urmi Bhattacharjee, recently employed with a corporate setup, narrates her ordeal.
I wouldn't want to blame an entire organization for it. The harassment that I faced was mostly in the hands of a few people in the top leadership. I was hired for being a journalist and literally harassed for being one. I had a very high-risk pregnancy. I was at the risk of premature delivery. I was under progesterone pills. And I was asked to do a very difficult proposal for within 24 hours, which I did, and we got the deal. Despite that, my senior manager documented that I'll be put on a performance improvement program right after coming back from the maternity leave. Now, I know that PIP is, they say that it's a performance improvement program, but it is essentially, I think I'll call it a strategic maneuver to harass an employee to the point of mental breakdown, to the point that they quit.
Vivek, an employee with an online news portal, also has a similar story to tell.
So they were not able to sustain due to the lack of business and the calamities, as you know, in the telecom sector, due to the various causes, economic crisis and all. So they started misbehaving in the sense they just put a lot of work pressure on everyone to make unnecessary targets are given.
Congress MP Shashi Tharoor has called for reforms in the workplace while reaching out to Anna Sebastian's family. The mother of the 26-year-old Anna had called out toxic work culture in EY, putting out a heartfelt letter saying that no one even came to her daughter's funeral. So are Indians overworked? There have been persistent debates about long working hours at top companies in the country. According to the International Labour Organization, India ranks amongst the most overworked countries globally, with employees averaging 46.7 hours of work every single week. Look at the data. Death from diseases due to long working hours are highest in India. Suicides among Indian workers due to work issues have doubled in the last 2 decades. What is clear is that in India, the youngest, the junior most in hierarchy work the most. And young Indian women work 55 hours weekly, which is highest globally. Indian women employed in information and communication sectors such as IT and journalism work an average of 56.5 hours every single week, reveals data from the International Labour Organization. This over 11 hours a day in a 5-day work week, or more than 9 hours daily in a 6-day week. Similarly, women in professional and technical jobs like Anna's report working 53.2 hours a week. Anna's death highlights the growing mental and physical toll that high-pressure professions place on young professionals, particularly women. The absence of an EY representative at her funeral, as noted by her mother, has further fueled conversations on corporate accountability and employee well-being.
For 1 year, I was put on a spiral of monitoring, not given any projects. And finally, almost at gunpoint, I was forced to do a voluntary resignation. Then when I refused, they put it on the termination letter. If any collaborative project works, they say, do not talk to so-and-so because so-and-so is a mother of a child. So the ganging up and hostility was so pathetic and weird. It still creates a lot of PTSD and trauma.
Money is important, as well as work-life balance is important, and growth is also important. Whereas in such cases, the growth was not happening. They used to manage after giving a lot of contribution to the organization and revenues generation. They still not giving any satisfaction in the year-end appraisal. We don't get the good feedback and all. That is the major concern, and we need all three to keep going.